Out on the scorched flats, snakes lie coiled and alert. This is the best feeding opportunity they'll get all year. Baby iguanas, fresh from their eggs, are lightning fast at first, able to outrun a snake for a few frantic seconds. But other serpents lie in wait, watching and calculating. A newly hatched iguana peeks into a world full of danger.
The snake is
Not knowing that
dangerously
every
close
step
now.
it takes
The
is a
hatchling's
roll of the
survival
dice.
depends entirely on its camouflage and its ability to remain perfectly motionless. The hatchling's eye, a mirror to its deepest fear, captures the impending doom. The racer strikes.
Snakes can't see very well, but they are masters at detecting movement. If this tiny hatchling freezes just long enough, it might slip through undetected, a heart-stopping moment where calm equals life.
But the snakes climb easily. Their pursuit. He's almost there. The snakes lunge, but the hatchling finds the strength to reach the summit and escape their grasp.
Then against all odds, one gets away.
Finds
A
safety,
miraculous
but the
escape.
snake,
For
committed
the
to
lucky
chase,
survivors,
tumbles
this is
into the
just
void.
day one of a lifetime of learning the brutal rules of survival on this hostile island.
Unsuccessful in its ambush, the Galapagos racer snake withdraws, disappearing into the safety of the rock crevices.
On the open plains, young male lions, still growing, still learning the boundaries of pride life, begin to explore. Red, one of those young males, ventures out alone. Instead of territory, he finds trouble. He stumbles straight into a pack of over 20 hyenas scavengers with strong jaws and endless determination. The hyenas aren't just threatening, they're trying to wear him down. Red is tiring fast. His muscles burn, his breath comes shallow.
It's 5:30 a.m. Tatu is on the move, running hard across the plains toward the others.
He must eat frequently to fuel his strength. Adult lions can consume up to 25 pounds of meat in a single meal, but right now, he's running on reserves. Just when it seems like the odds are insurmountable, his brother Tatu hears the commotion and charges in. Two males together? Even 20 hyenas reconsider. A dramatic rescue. Shift now to a remote atoll in the Indian Ocean, where more than 500,000 seabirds cram onto coral flats. These chicks, still in their dark juvenile feathers, are at different stages of growing up. Some are eager to take their first flight. Others cling to safety. Out here, the lagoon's shallow waters serve as a flight academy, a place where young birds fight hunger, exhaustion, and wave after wave of muscle-building first flights. Giant trevallies, solitary hunters by nature, have been drawn here by sheer abundance. Around 50 of them patrol the shallows, searching for fledglings too tired to stay above water. These fish are predators built for endurance, capable of eating massive meals and chasing prey with relentless precision. Among them is a fish with astonishing smarts, able to calculate airspeed, altitude, and trajectory of a bird on the wing. Eventually, every chick has to take to the air for itself. Parents, having fasted long hours to feed their young, lead them to the lagoon's edge. Every flight attempt is a life lesson written in feathers and wings. For these young birds, survival hinges on learning quickly. After weeks of practice over the lagoon, they begin to leave it behind, heading out over the open sea where food is sparse and every calorie burned matters. Far to the north, a lone polar bear, exhausted from an endless swim, must rebuild strength. Sea fog cloaks the island, and the bear senses opportunity. Nearby, a herd of walruses, huge herbivores that can eat hundreds of pounds of clams and mussels, daily gathers to protect their young. The adults form an impenetrable wall of hide and tusks. The largest land carnivore on Earth finds its match. There must be a weak point, but thick hide and flashing tusks keep the bear at bay. He shifts his attention to one female protecting her calf, claws and teeth searching for purchase, but the defense holds. As the herd retreats to water, the bear makes a final, desperate strike. But the walrus throws him off, dragging him towards safety. His chance at a meal, his first in months, slips away. Back in the undergrowth, a tiny praying mantis scuttles through leaf litter. Mantids will eat almost anything that moves, including smaller mantids. But now, this one is exposed. A hungry jumping spider is in hot pursuit. The mantis, born with exceptional eyesight and long, grasping forelegs, tries to escape, but the spider's vision is even sharper. Cornered, the young mantis goes into bluff mode, a bizarre, almost comical display of kung fu-style posturing meant to look bigger and more intimidating than it really is. It works. The spider backs off. Just staying alive for the first few hours is a huge accomplishment. Survival, at this stage, is everything. In 2 months, if it survives, It may grow into a magnificent orchid mantis, a creature that can eat many insects daily thanks to its voracious appetite. But mantids are also cannibals. Even among their own kind, survival is never guaranteed. In the stony canyons of the Middle East, Nubian ibex wild mountain goats exist only where precious water bubbles up in spring. In the heat of summer, females come daily to drink. A dominant male guards these life-giving springs, sniffing for signs that females are ready to mate. Every breeding season is a chance to pass on his genes, but competition is fierce. Males with specially reinforced skulls crash into each other again and again, battles that can last up to an hour, skulls rattling, muscles straining. Horns clash in epic duels. Then a third male crashes in confusion, erupts across the canyon. Suddenly, a scent on the wind signals danger. Bedouin hunters are near. The ibex know better than to stay. Kenya, home to the fastest hunters on Earth, cheetahs. Built for sprinting, cheetahs burn enormous energy during hunts. Their lean bodies demand frequent meals. Alone, they chase small prey. But this male learned something critical: strength in numbers. He's joined by two brothers. Together, they target one of the toughest prey choices on the savanna, an ostrich. Standing over 7 feet tall and weighing more than twice a cheetah, an ostrich can deliver deadly kicks. The brothers surround their target, shifting tactics, working in seamless coordination. It takes all three to bring the bird down. It's risky, but the payoff is huge. If successful, they'll feast enough to fuel days of activity.
The three brothers feed together on the open plain. Heat haze shimmers on the horizon.
High in the Rockies, one of the Wild West's greatest gatherings begins, the bison rut. For most of the year, bulls and cows live apart, but now, massive herds converge. Dominant bulls can mate with dozens of females. Guarding a harem means access to future generations.
The bull performs a Fleeman response, curling his upper lip back to scent the air for females.
Young bulls charge in, hungry for glory. But the rut is brutal. One contender surges forward full of strength and ambition, but a single misstep ends his challenge.
The bull stands and shakes, releasing a cloud of fine dirt that billows like smoke across the grassland.
In the bison world, a split-second mistake can cost everything.
Defeated, the bull trots away from the herd, isolated in the vast open field. The loser walks with a noticeable limp. His back leg drags slightly, injured in the fight.
He disappears over a ridge, leaving the valley behind.
At the edge of a frozen world, tens of thousands of emperor penguins gather on Antarctic ice. One parent returns from the sea belly full of fish it must regurgitate to feed its chick. These penguins can eat up to 20–30% of their body weight to survive long fasting periods. But first, they must find their chick. Calling out across the ice, the parent listens. Against all odds, a tiny response. A reunion? Fish are passed beak
The leopard
to beak.
seal accelerates
One
instantly,
parent returns to
targeting a
sea,
straggler at the
while
back.
the other stands
The sudden
guard.
burst of speed leaves the penguin with little chance of escape.
But danger waits at the ice edge. A leopard seal lurks beneath the surface, hidden by ice. With explosive speed, it strikes bubbles and motion colliding in a
grim
deadly
reality
ambush.
of the Antarctic winter. The penguin stands no chance against the powerful leopard seal.
A few penguins make it through. Encouraged, the rest follow, plunging into the open sea.
The surviving penguins are seen far out at sea, tiny dots in the vast ocean.
Chicks will one day fledge. Adults will cross the ice again as another Antarctic winter closes in.
a tender reunion on the rugged cliffside. The parent returns from the sea, bringing vital sustenance to its hungry chick.
For the emperor penguins, survival means huddling together against the relentless blizzard.
The sea ice begins to freeze over completely. The open water leads shrink,